Welcome to Commander 19 Preview Season. I want to give a big thank you to Wizards of the Coast for giving me Trostani and Angel of Sanctions to reveal. These two cards are going to be great in Jared, especially when you start cashing in some life game with those rhinos and populate. Whew, that is some good magic. But for those of you who don't know my channel, Trostani is my Thanksgiving deck that I put out every year. So to celebrate the Trostani preview card, we are having Summer Thanksgiving here at the channel. So be sure to stick around for some Trostani gameplay and some deep fried turkey cooked fresh with our Aether Flux Reservoir. Welcome to Trostani. Hope you're excited. As far as opening hand goes, yeah, we're going to go ahead and mulligan on this. We have E-Call in our hand, but I'd like to just get a little bit better ramp. You know, this could be good, but if we don't have something like Cultivate or Kodama's Reach, I'd like to be a little aggressive on this one. So let's go and mulligan. Yes, I like that. We have 3 in Dynamo, Well of Lost. Yes, we'll definitely keep on this one. And at this point, I think we'll just go ahead and put Second Harvest on the bottom. That's one of those cards we're very happy to see into the late game, but at this point, we don't really have a ton of token sources, so we will simply pass the turn. But yes, welcome to Trostani and welcome to Commander Preview. I hope you're excited. Trostani is going to be reprinted in the new Commander set, Commander 19, so it's a pretty cool thing. If you're a fan of the channel or a friend of the channel, you may notice that Trostani is my Thanksgiving Commander deck, but since I was giving the Trostani preview card, I said, hey, let's have some turkey in summertime. That's always a fun time to have it. So let's go and have Scattered Groves enter the battlefield. We'll have that come into play tapped. And then anything else, we're going to go and pass the turn to our opponent. So we're playing Trostani Thanksgiving tokens in summer. It is officially fried turkey time. Well, it's kind of like an appetizer to Thanksgiving if you think about it that way. So we're playing Trostani. Whenever another creature enters the battlefield under your control, you gain life equal to that creature's toughness. Then for a 3-mana activation, populate. So let's go and lead off with the Wooded Bastion. And once we have that enter the battlefield, we can go for some filter mana. And to make sure that Voice of Resurgence is really happy when it enters the battlefield, and anything else, we're going to pass the turn. Playing against Aurelia, the War Leader. Flying Vigilance and Haste. Whenever Aurelia, War Leader, attacks for the first time, each turn, untap all creatures you control. After this phase, there's an initial combat step. So, there we go. Extra combats. We did cover both commanders. Let's get our turn going, and then we'll cover our sponsors here in a second. So let's go Ancient Tomb. And yeah, we just want to get the mana going as quickly as possible. This is a pretty good start. So we'll have Thrain Dynamo enter the battlefield because that does put us on going for Elspeth to get some pretty good tokens. And we'll go and pass the turn. So we did cover both commanders. Give a quick shout out to our sponsors, MTGO Traders. If you're looking for some fried turkey in the summertime, there's no better place to stop than MTGO Traders. I've got all the populating Thanksgiving cards that you may need. So a quick shout out to, if you to check out my merch booth, shout out to inkgaming.com. You can go to their website, type in Jolt539 in the search bar to see my merch booth, or you can simply just use coupon code JOLT to get 10% off your order off anything off the website. So, hey, treat yourself, get yourself a nice little play mat for your next Friday Night Magic. And last but not least, I started a Patreon. So if you'd like to contribute to my Patreon, there's a link down in the description below. Get your name at the beginning or the ending of the credits. And if you can't do that, hey, no problem. Just tell somebody about the channel. I would greatly appreciate that. So we got Frontline Medic swinging across for 3. And Frontline Medic always reminds me of when I first got into Commander, or not Commander, but Magic in general. I got in during Return to Ravnica, and so I remember building a lot of decks with him. I thought that was a pretty cool ability, being able to sacrifice it to counter some spells like that. So pretty cool. All right, so we run into Enlightened Tutor, which will definitely allow us to grab a really nice enchant, like a way to kind of double these tokens up, which would be pretty good. So I think we just go Plains for the turn. We can go Well of Lost Dreams. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We have 8 total mana. And we can't go for Trostani just yet. So I'm thinking if we end up going for a doubling season, that's immediately going to allow us to go for the -7, but we really want to get those tokens going. So I think at this point, let's just kind of start plussing up on Elspeth. That'll be a pretty good deal for us. That's going to be double white. And we're going to go 1-2 off of Ancient Tomb. Yeah, we could have Elspeth enter the battlefield and immediately go for the ultimate, but at this point, we just want to get tokens down, and I think that's the better option because we want to stop a lot of this stuff. So we'll have those 3 soldiers enter, and then anything else we're going to pass the turn. Elspeth's ultimate is nice, but it's just one of those things that we just don't really need it. Now, we can swing in with Voice of Resurgence, but I think I kind of like waiting for our opponent to swing in if we want to crack the Voice of Resurgence token. And anything else, yeah, we're going to let them do their thing. So with Odric on the battlefield, whenever Odric and at least 3 other creatures attack, you choose which creatures block this combat and how those creatures block. So pretty much the thing that we're looking for is going to be 3 creatures. I guess if we wanted to, we could actually Enlighten Tutor for Oblivion Ring on Odric, simply because I feel like that effect might be pretty strong. So we might end up going for that. Let's see how our opponent decides to swing in. With Elspeth, getting the -3, creatures have to have +4, or at least power 4 or greater, so it's not really going to help us out with that Elspeth power greater. And actually could be swinging in both, so I think at this point we'll just go ahead and block with both soldier tokens. Probably. Let's do this. So let's go Voice of Resurgence on Frontline Medic. Let's go Soldier Token on Frontline Medic. Let's go for Soldier Token on Odric. Yeah, that'll be good. All right, so that's going to leave us with an Voice of Resurgence token. And then once we end up going for Elspeth, that's really going to allow us to end up with a pretty good chunk of tokens on our side. So that's going to be, see how they decide to block, because they definitely don't have Battalion active. That's going to be Elemental. Oh, look at that. Beautiful token right there. Love that. So we're going to go for Enlightened Tutor. Yeah, I think I like doing that. So we're going to go Enlighten Tutor, because then that also allows us to just really ramp up the token production and just gain a ton of life. Then we go for that Well of Lost Streams, which should be really good. So let's go Enlighten Tutor. Well, now that I think about it, we could go for Oblivion Ring on Combat Celebrant. I think I kind of like doing that, because that way they don't get an extra combat step. Not that it matters with Odric, but if we can just keep that creature count down, I think that'll be pretty good. But actually, we can just go for the minus ability on Combat Celebrant. Yeah, I think I kind of like doing that just a little bit better. So let's still keep on the game plan of getting some extra tokens. So let's go for that Parallel Lives. Excuse me, Doubling Season. Doubling Season is going to go on top. And then we can actually just use the Elspeth -3 to take care of that Celebrant, not have to burn Oblivion Ring with our Enlightened Tutor trigger. So that'll be pretty good. And I think 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We can actually go Well of Lost Dreams and Doubling Season, which will be a really good thing for us. So, and let's see, they're still far away from that double red, so we'll definitely take that. So let's go for Doubling Season first. Let's go for the -3, destroy all creatures with power 4 or greater. And the other good thing is that eventually that would have caught our elemental token, so I'm actually pretty happy with that. Let's have Well of Lost Dreams enter the battlefield. Taking a little bit of damage on this one, but hopefully we should be able to generate some value. Have Well of Lost Dreams enter, and then anything else, we're simply just going to go and pass the turn to our opponent. So next turn we can finally get down Trostani. We do have the 4-colored mana to get down Trostani, and we've got the whole board set up perfectly for her. We've got Elspeth down to where we can really get some really nice life gain with Trostani. We've got Well of Lost Dreams, which is going to allow us to cash in some card draw. So we will definitely take this. And now we do have to watch out for Niblis. Tax, whenever it attacks, you may tap down a creature, so that's something we do have to watch out for. If they swing it with Odric, or if they're just swinging it at us. Oh, and excuse me, that's going to have flying, so that's definitely going to get. I forgot that the Slayer Stronghold is going to give it haste, so they're going to tap that down. Yeah, we're going to have to let that go through, so unfortunately we got hit on that. Completely forgot about Slayer Stronghold giving them haste, so that's going to get rid of Elspeth. We'll still end up going for Trostani. Worst case scenario, we still have the populate ability with Trostani, so we'll try to do something with that, and then hopefully we can gain some life. So, ooh, Springjack Shepherd. Okay, I like that. So let's go Trostani, because we're going to try to set up a life gain turn. Okay, so we've got double colored mana. We're going to have Trostani enter the battlefield. And then anything else? No, we're going to go and pass the turn. So with Doubling Season, we don't have that good of devotion right now with Springjack Shepherd, but Springjack Shepherd is one of my favorite cards in Magic. One of the very first decks that I ever built was this Goat Tribal deck with Springjack Shepherd and a lot of devotion, and it's just Springjack Shepherd. It's just like, I've had random people ask me, what token would you want of yourself? And of course, I would enjoy a zombie token, but there's a spot in my heart to where I think I would still, if that opportunity came, I think I would still end up going for a goat token. I don't know. There's not a lot of goat tokens out there, but I would really enjoy that. So we got Sword Swinging across. We've got some pretty good damage coming across. That's going to be tapping down Trostani, then swinging in 3 in the air, 3 on the ground. Yeah, we still want to hold on to this Elemental, because we need to get the Springjack Shepherd life gain, and we want to be able to go for the Populate off of Elemental. So that's going to be 2 damage to our Soldier token. Hang in there, little buddy. And we'll make sure that hopefully we can find a few more soldier tokens here in the next turn. But they're being tapped out. I kind of do like this line. So, and as long as they keep swinging in, dealing a little bit of damage like that, we can certainly survive that. So let's go for Thran Dynamo. Let's go Soul Ring. Let's go Springjack Shepherd. And that's going to give us 3 devotion. Yeah, I like that. And so let's go ahead and cash in some card draw too. It's going to go, oh, look at those goat tokens. We're going to yield to these Trostani triggers. And we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we've got just enough mana. And I think at this point, we're just going to tap out across the board on this. So let's go Scattered Groves. So we're going to draw the Harmonize. And actually, we might just straight up just rip Harmonize, because that's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, we'll still go for 1 more Colored Source. Ooh, that's going to be Second Harvest. And actually, if we just go to, so we've got Second Harvest. That's going to be a lot of life gain that we can go for, especially if we, yeah, I think I kind of like going for a Second Harvest. It does kind of leave us open to a board wipe, but I think we're going to do that. So I'm not going to go for any more card draw. Okay, then we go for Second Harvest, and that might let us one-shot the element. No, it's going to be a 23-23, so we're going to always yield to these, and all right, Poto's going to scoop it up on this one. I'll go ahead and take this. Poto's going to toss up the good game on this. So you can see what we've got a pretty good board state developer. Something like Second Harvest can gain us a ton of life. We've got double elementals entering the battlefield. We're going to be able to gain 46 life. And we've got 22 in goat life that we're going to be gaining. We're swinging in for 23 with the elemental token. You know, this is just pretty much what a Trostani deck wants to do, you know, gain a ton of life and get a lot of stuff going. So hopefully if you pick up Trostani in the new commander, or you buy that particular commander box, you can see where if you ever want to kind of shift her over into her own deck, this is very good showing of what it is capable of. So if you enjoyed the video, like and subscribe. Thanks. Bye. Welcome to Trostani's Thanksgiving tokens in summertime. Hope you're excited. As far as opening hand goes, this is nice. It's just not that explosive. So let's go and mulligan on this one. And hopefully, yeah, we can keep on this. This is, need a white source, but yeah, we can make this work. We'll keep on this one. Hopefully we get lucky. And what are we going to put on the, oh no, excuse me, we do have Scattered Groves. I just mistook that for a card. This is a beautiful opening hand now. We do have Path to Exile. I guess at this point, because we do need Trostani, we need Revelation. I'm thinking we might just get rid of well, no, we'll need Path for Zakama. We want to hold on to that. So let's get rid of Trostani. As much as I don't want to, because that'll feed in really well to our Revelation. We'll click OK, because we need to have Path. Depends on what sort of Zakama build our opponent's playing. If it's some sort of Storm-based deck that revolves around a bunch of enter the battlefields, we're probably going to need that Path to Exile. So we'll go and hold on to it. Let's go and lead off with Scattered Groves. Ooh, that'll be wonderful curve out. So let's go Scattered Groves, have that come into play tapped, and then anything else, we're going to go and pass turn to our opponent. We're playing Trostani, Selesnya's Voice. Whenever another creature enters the battlefield under your control, you gain life equal to that creature's toughness. Then for a 3-mana activation, populates. Playing against Zakama, Primal Calamity, Vigilance. Oh, into the north. Okay. So I was like, did they blow up my land? Because I'm looking at the commander and I didn't see what was going on. Oh, look at that. All right, we're going to go Worn Power Stone. And that allows us to go for Gilded Lotus next turn. Yeah, it's pretty, seems like a plan. And we'll go and pass the turn. So playing against Zakama, Primal Calamity, Vigilance, Reach, and Trample whenever Zakama enters the battlefield. If you cast it from your hand, untap all lands you control. Then for 3-mana activation, split across these 3 colors. Red, deal 3 damage to target creature. Green, destroy target artifact or enchantment. Then white, you gain 3 life. We did cover both commanders. Let's give a quick shout out to our sponsors, MTGO Traders. If you want to build your very own Trostani Thanksgiving token deck, head on over there. We've got a ton of fried turkey for you to choose from. It's really nice. Tastes really good. Let's go Forest. I think that'd be good. So we go Forest, and that'll put us on 1, 2. Yeah, either way, we're going to have to tap down Ancient Tune. So let's go Gilded Lotus. There we go. Have Gilded Lotus enter the battlefield. That'll put us on 4. Yeah, we'll just wait until next turn. We'll just leave up Path to Exile and pass there. But yeah, shout out to MTGO Traders. Also, if you want to check out my merch booth, I do have a merch booth set over at ingaming.com. You can use coupon code JOLT to get 10% off anything on the website, or type in JOLT539 to find my merch booth. And last but not least, I started a Patreon. So if you'd like to contribute to my Patreon, there's a link down in the description below. Get your name at the beginning or the ending of the credits. And if you can't do that, hey, no problem. Just tell somebody about the channel. But yes, it is officially Commander preview season time. I got to spoil, we're not necessarily spoiled, but preview Trostani and Angel card. So that was pretty cool. I was very thankful to Wizards of the Coast for giving me a preview card. That is so nice, and really excited about the new Commander set to come out. So should be pretty cool. And also, if you pick up Trostani in the new Commander set and you want to build Trostani, this is a great place for you to start. This is a very, and actually, do we want to Path to Exile? Lotus Cobra, that's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, I feel like we kind of need to. Yeah, just because Lotus Cobra, if they have a fetch land, that's going to be a pretty quick Zakama, so I'm okay. This gives them an extra land, but this just really stops some really explosive turns. If you've never played against Lotus Cobra, probably wouldn't go for that line of play if we weren't so far ahead on mana. And so, yeah, I feel okay doing that. Because even if it is a Kama Storm, it's probably going to be not that good for us if you want the honest truth. So hopefully we can do something about that. We do have Revelation in our hand, so we need to get some sort of card draw going pretty quick. Early Harvest. Okay, so we were going to get into a pretty explosive Zakama turn that turn anyway. It's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's going to be 6 total mana. So let's see what's going to be in store for us. Hopefully it's, ooh, Devastation for 4. Okay. And that's going to be Spring Bloom Druid. Yeah, so you can sack for land, put 2 basic lands, put them on the back. So you can see where this would have been a pretty explosive turn. Had we not gone for Path on Lotus Cobra, that's a lot of mana that they would have been able to generate. So they're going to search at Spring Bloom Druid, sack a few extra lands, and that's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So we're doing okay. They've got 1 card in hand, and ooh, Heroic Intervention. So we're at least able to stop Zakama for a little bit. So let's go for Govany Township. And yeah, I think at this point, we still just go for Trostani. I think that'd be pretty good. So let's go for Trostani. This is going to be triple white that we need to add. So let's go Trostani. And that's going to leave us 1 white mana left over. Anything else that we want to do? Yeah, we had to, unfortunately, we're a little bit kind of clunky on colored mana. That's one of the downsides of running something that's like double green, double white. But you see we've got a pretty good chunk of mana developed. And we're going past turn to our opponent. So as far as Trostani, I have made a few changes from the Thanksgiving recording last Thanksgiving. I ended up adding Finale of Glory to the deck, which is always nice to have those extra token producers. There's Trostani Discordant in here that gives us those extra tokens we can also go for. Excuse me. And there's some other ones that I did end up... Oh, and actually, with Trostani, I did kind of tweak the deck just a little bit, added a little bit more mana rocks in here. Some of my older decks that, maybe play once or twice a year, there's sometimes that we... let's say 1 versus 1 had the fast mana ban during that time, so I cut all the fast mana, or all the tutors weren't in there. So that was, we got Eldritch Evolution, okay. But yeah, long story short, got the deck updated, but I think as far as new cards to the deck, we did add the horse, where is it? Crested Sunmare, really excited about the horse. So opponent's gonna go for Acidic Slime on Gilded Lotus, don't blame them. That was a pretty good effect. And if we had green mana for Heroic Intervention, that would have been nice, but we did not have that green mana. So I was going to lead off with Plains. And with Heroic Intervention, I mean, with Revelation, we can just go double green and draw a card. It's not the best, but that puts us on hopefully getting some sort of creatures down next turn. If we don't run into a creature spell, it doesn't sound... Yeah, I think we're going to go for this. I'm not super wild about going for this line of play, but just want to get some sort of card advantage going. So, yeah, we're going to go for it. Start drawing the Kodama's Reach, which is a really good option. That'll get us a few more colored sources on the battlefield. Make it a little bit easier for us to swing in, or at least get down Doubling Season, kind of bounce back from there. So, outside of the actual tokens themselves, something like Shamanic Revelation, pretty much what we're trying to do. Get down Trostani, get a lot of creatures on the battlefield, cash in some card draw. They've got Revelation in here. What else do we have? I think March of the Multitudes was a pretty good little card draw source. Maybe that's it, or maybe that's... No, I'm thinking of Camaraderie. That's what he did. I ended up cutting Camaraderie from the deck, so that's what I was thinking of. Now, our opponent does end up going for Zakama, so it's going to allow them to untap some lands. The good thing is that they only got 1 card left. The only downside is they're going to be able to blast Worn Power Stone, but that's not too bad. We've still got Ancient Tomb to kind of bounce back from. That does really hurt us with Doubling Season, because just for 3 mana, they can blast Doubling Season, so it's going to be hard for us to kind of do something about that. So they're going to swing in for 2, knock us down to 24, and we run into Avacyn's Pilgrim. So let's go and go for Kodama's Reach. It's going to be 1, 2. And we're just going to split this one down the middle. And actually, might end up... Yeah, we need to split this one. So we're going to go Forest and then Plains. Let's have Plains enter the battlefield tap. We're going to have Forest come down. Let's go Avacyn's Pilgrim for 4. There we go. And then anything else? Going to go and pass the turn. So we're going to try to stick this one out. We've got Zakama sitting with Vigilant Reach and Trample 9/9. We've got poor little Avacyn out there with his little staff. trying to hold back a dinosaur. So we're going to try our best. Outside of the tokens in here, we do have a couple other, well, do we want to burn a heroic intervention on this? Just to force some extra mana activations. Yeah, let's go. I mean, because either way, this is not looking good. So we might as well just go and force another activation of our opponent. Hopefully that maybe kind of messes up any sort of mana that they're planning on utilizing this turn. So we're going to go Heroic Intervention. Not the best Heroic because we know that they can activate it in response, but as long as they're just tapping down some of their mana and that's all that they're doing, I'm actually okay with that trade because it's going to be hard for us, to be honestly, to get down Trostani and leave up, Dumbling Season, Heroic Intervention, Protection. So I'm okay with this line. We're trying to play to our outs, and that's top deck into something nice. But yeah, outside of the tokens, once you get a lot of life, then we can try to win with Aetherflux Reservoir, the official deep fryer of the deck. So let's go lead off with Temple of Plenty. We're going to get the Scry going, the Scurry, the Fever, the Insanity. But if you're keeping score at home, it's not looking so hot. So let's go and go for Trostani. Sweet, 1, 2, 3, 4. Then pay one more off of Scattered Groves. That basically leaves them to where they can go for the double activations, get rid of Trostani, and that's going to allow them to swing in for exactly just enough. So good game to our opponent. Unfortunately, that Gilded Lotus would have been really nice. We just couldn't get a lot of creatures down. It would have been nice to get down Revelation and cash in a pretty good chunk of card draw, but unfortunately, that's what happened. So opponent's going to go for the activations off Zacama. They're going to hit poor Trostani. She's just trying to eat her Thanksgiving lunch in the forest. And there we go, send Zacama back. And now, speaking of Zacama, they did release the new land in Commander 19 that 2 mana, you can return your commander back to your hand. So with Zacama, casting it, untapping your lands, it's a pretty good way to generate a ton of mana. So if you saw that land card get released, keep that in mind. If you get a Zacama deck, that is definitely a good option in there. So anyway, that's going to bring us to the end of the game. If you enjoyed the video, hey, like and subscribe. Thanks. Bye.